Alright guys, we're back in Classic mode on very hard difficulty, following the disastrous attempt that I mentioned last week, thinking I should probably go with a different character to what I had last time. So I'm going to go with Quan this week, because I quite like sort of wizardy, kind of like characters that use magic kind of thing. Like Raiden, I guess, well, he's not exactly a wizard as such, but he does use a lot of magic stuff, and those kind of characters appeal to me, so I'm thinking maybe that should go quite well. Plus, like, usually wizard characters have got a lot of ranged ability, and I like being able to sort of zone out my opponents, so that should help keep these guys locked down anyway.
Your life ends now.
You amuse me.
No, I kill you.
Round 1, fight! Round 2, fight!
Oh, that's gotta do it. Oh yeah, Quan going way better than my last attempt, because I think the thing with, well, I'm just gonna say, my last character who I tried to play it with was Erron Black, and whilst I did kind of alright with him, I only made it to like opponent 4 before I was like, no, I'm getting bored with him. Like, I think the reason why I wasn't really that keen on Erron Black is the same reason why I wasn't that keen on Striker in MK9, because he just uses guns, and guns are just boring, you know, because they only do one thing. They shoot bullets, whereas you can do all sorts of things with magic, and I know that, like, Erron Black's got, like, magic stuff to do with his guns as well, like being able to curve bullets around in the opponent's body, like in his X-ray, but he just doesn't really appeal to me as much as Quan.
I, Quan.
Your mind is as weak as your body.
I will rip out your throat.
Round 1, fight!
close. There we go. Either way, I figured that, well, Reptile was a pretty tough match. I mean, I guess I don't really give Reptile enough, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't really think I give Reptile the sort of respect he deserves, because the times that I've fought him with various other characters, he has been quite a good challenge, but it's just never really occurred to me to actually practice with him myself, although Quan Chi's pretty tough matchup for him in that, because he's all about, like, sort of zoning your opponent out and using, like, ranged attacks and whatever, whereas Reptile's pretty fast and in your face.
Your fate is sealed, sorcerer.
Another worm would predict my fate.
You will fall by my hand.
Round 1. Fight!
I grow tired of this. This is the end of you.
Round 2. Fight! Death approaches. Final round. Fight! Lord Shadowbloke.
Oh, well, much like Reptile, Scorpion is also a pretty fast character, and Quan Chi's moves, like a lot of his combos and stuff, have quite a few startup frames, well, more than what I would like, really, because the lowest amount of startup frames that I've seen on any, like, single normal move is 6, and that's with some characters like Cassie Cage, and I'm pretty sure Raiden has forward front punch has only 6 startup frames, but that's pretty tough anyway. With like a fast character like Scorpion, that can be quite hard to counter, but he is quite offensive, so you can just sort of keep him back with ranged attacks.
Quan Chi. Who dares disturb me?
He who will unmake you.
Round 1. Fight!
Your sacrifice honors me.
Round 2. Fight! You will pass.
Oh, I don't even care. I just wanted to kill him.
Your death approaches.
Final round. Fight!
I figured I could have gone for a brutality there if I really tried, but I wasn't just going to waste that opportunity. I mean, I was so close to winning. I could have just had him with that one uppercut there, or I could have ended it with a brutality, but I would much rather have just won anyway. Because I'm starting to think that I'm getting to a point now where I'm starting to reach characters who I get a feeling aren't exactly the best characters, or they're characters who I'm just so unmotivated to learning that I just do badly with them because I'm not really concentrating.
Quan Chi,
You found me, and now?
I will cast you into darkness.
Round 1. Fight!
Approaches.
Round 2. Fight!
You will obey.
Oh god, this is definitely, I feel like my standards are starting to slip in the last few attempts that I've done at this, because obviously I said I tried to do Eren Black last week and that didn't go very well. Although, admittedly, Jax, who was the last character I think I did, that went pretty well, which was rather unexpected. And I expected to do well with Quan Chi this time round, but I don't feel like I'm getting the right performance out of him that I want. I mean, that could change and all that, but I don't know. I'm thinking that I might need to go with some different characters this time. Maybe somebody a bit faster.
Scumbag.
Your anger ensures your defeat.
You go right on thinking that.
Round 1. Fight! 2, fight!
God damn it.
That's why you're losing.
Final round, fight!
Oh, what a finish.
How unfortunate.
Quan wins.
I'll tell you what though, screw Jackie's full auto variation. It is just so annoying to fight because that long range like machine gun move that she has, I mean, it does a fair amount of damage if it hits you anyway, but even if it doesn't, it does a lot of chip damage as well. And the fact that you can enhance it whenever you want to during the shot to fire an extra rocket means that you're not necessarily wasting meter if you don't have to.
You know other riders?
There were once many like you.
Never one like Ferritor!
Round 1, fight!
And run!
You will bow to me.
Round 2, fight! Brutality.
How unfortunate.
Quan wins.
Well, that could have gone a lot worse. I mean, I could have ended up with Ferritor's lackey variation, which probably would have been a bit more difficult because of like how much range have armor on them, so he could have just plowed through all my projectiles then. But I'm glad to see that ended when it did, because I really could have finished that match a lot quicker than I did.
Time for pain, Baldy.
Does the worm turn?
Maybe he got a better offer.
Round 1, fight!
death approaches.
Round 2. Fight!
Complete no hope.
Well, that went a bit better than I expected. I'm pretty sure I only lost once that time, but I don't understand how, like, when Kano comes out of his, like, little Kano ball that he does there and you block it, there's an instant when he's in the air where, I don't know if you noticed, I tried to attack him, but nothing was happening. Surely, if you hit an opponent and it goes into their body, then they should at least take some kind of damage from it and not just tank through it like it's nothing. Well, he didn't even tank through it, just nothing happened. It was weird. Still, at least I can uppercut my way out of it, and that's always a reliable strategy.
Quan Chi. You seek my aid, Goro?
Never deceiver.
Round 1. Fight! Round 2. Fight!
Death approaches.
Final round. Fight!
It's got too much block advantage. Oh, I've got him in my rhythm now. Well, as I mentioned earlier about the block advantage, the combo that I tend to use for Quan Chi a lot, which I often thought was safe because it's quite quick, turns out it does actually just have too much block advantage for a quick move like Goro's command grab to not just get a word in edgeways, really. And, like, his forward combo, which is the one that I occasionally use to sort of, like, beat enemies back a bit, it just has too many startup frames. Like, Quan Chi is not a very competent melee fighter, which is odd considering his Warlock variation is all about sort of like melee stuff, like that grab he does with the legs.
Your lesson begins.
I endeavor to learn.
You will learn or die.
Round 1.
I'll make it work.
Fight!
There is fear in your heart.
Round 2. Fight!
Oh, you're so close there.
Your death approaches. Round 3. Fight!
I flew too close to the sun. Oh yeah, using magic bullshit all day. Although, I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to beat his corrupted Shinnok thing there, because the fire beam, which he uses a lot, does a lot of damage. And whilst I could use the ground burst to sort of do damage to him whilst he's doing that, I'm probably going to take more damage than he is, so I'm going to have to find another way.
Final round. Fight!
Oh, yes! A nice sky drop there to end that. Although, I have to say, picking Quan Chi's Warlock variation, I didn't really use a lot of the moves that are specific to that variation. I mean, sometimes I did, but it's mostly just his basic stuff like the ground burst and the skull, which kind of makes me think I could have gone with the sorcerer variation, but casting those fields just takes too long. A solid character though, all in all.
Quan Chi had long been a servant of Shinnok. His role in freeing him from imprisonment had not gone unnoticed by the Elder Gods. Shinnok was no longer a threat, but Quan Chi's actions had given rise to a new power. After much deliberation, the Elder Gods contrived a plan to rebalance this power before it grew further. Free will was burned from Quan Chi's soul and replaced with a single directive. He must kill Raiden.